Khajiit Cherim, whose tapestries have been regarded as masterpieces throughout the empire for more than 30 years, is a contemporary of Maqamat Lusign, who was introduced in the 17th volume of the series. He operates 4 workshops across Elsweyr for the production of his works, though his true tapestries are considered to belong to the stars themselves. The Emperor himself owns 10 Cherim hangings, and his agents are currently negotiating for 5 more. The contrast between the softened use of color in Cherim's subjects and the radiant tones of skin is a striking departure from traditional tapestry work. In recent years, the themes of his creations have been the astonishing tales of ancient history, the gathering of the gods debating the order of the world, the Chimer who followed the Prophet Veloth deep into Morrowind, and the Wild Elves who fought against Morihaus and his army at White Gold Tower. His earliest designs, by contrast, dealt with more contemporary subjects. I had the opportunity to meet him at his villa in Orcrest to discuss one of his first masterpieces, the Heart of Anequina. The Heart of Anequina depicts the 5-year historical war between Elsweyr and Valenwood, lasting from 3E394 or 3E395, depending on what is considered the beginning of the conflict, until 3E399. Many reliable accounts state that the war lasted 4 years and 9 months, but in the artistic license of great epic poets, it has been rounded to 5 years. The details of the battle are, as Cherim explains, unmistakably clear. The faces of 120 wood elf archers can be distinguished from one another, and the fear each feels at the approach of the Khajiit army is plainly visible. Their armor catches the dull sunlight, while the menacing shadows of Elsweyr's warcats appear like phantoms atop the hills. Every muscle is tensed, ready to surge forward at a single command. It is no surprise that Cherim captured every detail so accurately, for he was at the very center of events, serving as a common soldier in the Khajiit army. At every moment, a segment of the Khajiit medium-armored force can be seen in the foreground. The edges of their jackets are ornate and patterned with striped designs. Each lacquered metal plate is set upon loose leather in the Elsweyr style. Their helmets are made of cloth and ridged silver. Cherim does not understand the purpose of plate armor, says Cherim. It is hot, like being buried alive and burned at the same time. Cherim wore it during the Battle of Zealand only at the insistence of Nord advisors. Cherim could not even turn his head to see what his Khajiit companions were doing. Cherim made several sketches for the tapestry of the Battle of Zealand, but struggled to make the figures feel realistic. They looked too mechanical, like iron golems or Dwemer centurions. Elsweyr lost the Battle of Zealand, didn't it? Yes, but it won the war in the next battle, the Heart of Anequina. Cherim said, then continued with a smile. Things improved as soon as we Khajiit sent the Nord advisors back to Solitude. We got rid of all the heavy armor, and they brought us traditional armor that soldiers could wear comfortably. Clearly, the greatest advantage of medium armor was freedom of movement, as you can tell from the natural stances of the soldiers in the tapestry. Now, if you look at the Kitharat in the lower part of the background, still fighting despite the small holes in his body, you can see another advantage. It sounds strange when said aloud, but one of the best qualities of this armor is that it either stops an arrow completely or allows it to pass straight through. An arrowhead is like a hook. If it cannot penetrate, it is designed to lodge itself in place. A soldier wearing this kind of armor will find himself with a hole in his body and the shaft of the arrow protruding from the back. Our healers can easily mend this, if it is not fatal. But if the arrow remains trapped inside the armor, as with heavy plate, the wound will reopen with every movement, unless the Khajiit removes the armor entirely to extract the arrow, which many of us were forced to do during the Battle of Zealand. In the heat of battle, that is a difficult and time-consuming act. My next question was, is there a portrait of yourself in the battle? Yes, said Cherim with another grin. Do you see that small Khajiit figure over there, stealing the rings from a deadwood elf? He has his back turned, but he has a brown tail with orange stripes, just like Cherim's. Cherim is not saying that every stereotype about the Khajiit is true, but sometimes one must admit it. This self-deprecating tone in his own portraits can also be seen in the tapestries of Ranulph Hook, whom we will interview in the 19th volume of the series. Sometimes a tapestry preserves not only a battle, but the quiet smile of the one who wove it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, follow the channel, and join us for more forgotten histories.